You are alone in your apartment. The doorbell rings, you open the door, you find a girl in front of you telling you she's your neighbor. You think, what? Is this possible? Yeah, it's possible. These guys had a girl living next door and had some interesting adventures. Let's start. Angel next door spoils me rotten.
天使様の手料理なんて普通食えないだろうし。
その呼び方はやめてください。本当に。
Even the most untidiest guy can get a girlfriend, at least in anime. And in this case, it's more of a opposites attract story. The guy's apartment is dirty as hell, but the girl next door seems to be the perfect housemaid.
掃除は上からですよ。洗濯物はとりあえず全部カゴに集めてください。
Angel Next Door is about a guy called Amane, who helps the most popular girl in school by giving her his umbrella during a rainy day. But when he goes home without an umbrella, he catches a cold. When Maru, the girl he gave the umbrella to, sees the next day, she decides to visit him at his house. But guess what?
放っておいて寝込まれても寝覚めが悪いので。
こんなこと、学校では口が裂けても言えないが。高校に入って一人暮らしを始めた俺のご近所というかお隣には天使様が住んでいるのだ。
Yup, they live in the same house, and somehow Maru also seems to be the perfect maid. When she sees how untidy the guy's apartment is, she decides to help him clean and cook. See that, folks? This guy got a free maid and a cook just by giving a girl his umbrella. The moral of the story is to be generous. Rent a girlfriend. Now, this one's a special case. It's funny how a girlfriend you rented for the day turns out to be your next door neighbor. It's a big coincidence, but this is anime. Coincidences always happen. This time, our girl is Chizuru. She does a part-time job by working as a rented girlfriend. What's that mean? It means you can hire her as a fake girlfriend for a day and pay her in return. Yeah, you have to pay her and the relationship lasts shorter than an average relationship on Tinder, but when the girl you went on a date lives next door, that opens up a lot of possibilities.
We did go on a date before!
Not because I wanted to!
And that's pretty much what this anime is about. It starts off with Chizuru deciding to go out with her main character for money, and then starts to understand him better and better. And she's in the process of understanding him for more than 200 chapters. Will Rent a Girlfriend be the next One Piece? I don't know. Perhaps it's better to just watch the anime and move on. Higurashi, When They Cry. You think these guys cry because they're heartbroken? Nope, they cry because everyone goes full psycho at the end of the episode. To prove my point, here's one of the most brutal sequences from the anime. Sorry to ruin your mood, folks, but that's your average Higurashi experience. It doesn't involve a girl next door, but it involves a girl in the same village as you, and it also involves a mysterious disease that turns normal people into psychopaths. So you can imagine what happens when a yandere gets this disease.
参った高3だよ。
The series only has romance during the second arc, and until then, it's pretty much about kids killing each other. But it's still a great horror show. I don't know about you, but I love some brutal horror with my romance. Shuffle!
皆さんは
俺んちはこっちだぜ。私の家はこっちだよ。
Remember when the king of the demons and the king of the gods arrived at your house and told you to marry their daughters? No? Perhaps that's because it never happened to you, but it happened to this guy. What's even worse is that these two daughters now live next door. Oh, you think that's where the problems end? Nope. This time, rather than the girl next door, our main character needs to worry about the girl inside his own house. His childhood friend is the ultimate yandere.
リン君。
ごめん。
Apart from the crazy childhood friend, our main two love interests are the daughters of the gods, Sia, and the daughter of the demons, Nerine. But how do you live when your next door neighbors are daughters of gods? I don't know, watch the anime and find out. Pet Girl of Sakurasou. Now we're moving to apartments. Not a normal apartment, a crazy apartment filled with crazy people.
ちょっと神田。
先生、何ですかその挑戦的な胸元は。今日入学式ですよ。
式って名の付くとこは総じて男ゲットの社交場なのよ。
新入生に手出すつもりですか。
A pet girl of Sakura Hall tells the story of Sorata Kanda, who is kicked out of the dorms for keeping a stray cat. He's transferred to a dorm reserved for the most troublemaking students, and even though he's annoyed, things change when the girl named Mashiro Shina gets a transfer. Since the girl's not capable of doing anything on her own, Sorta transforms to her caretaker.
かもびしゃびしゃだ。朝から行水する習慣でもあんのか。くそ、あの物臭きおしめ全部俺に押し付けやがったな。
So this is more like you being the caretaker of the girl next door? Don't worry, this anime isn't about romance. It deals with some psychological issues as well. Invaders of Rokujima.
ティアミリス殿下、この星を丸ごと滅ぼすなんて銀河条約の交戦規定に違反します。
だってあやつらはわらわをぺったんこ。
Sometimes the girls next door shouldn't always be human. Don't understand what I mean? Here, we have a ghost, magical girl, an alien princess, and an even a so-called descendant of Earth's people living in the same apartment as our main character. This is what happens to Kotoru Satomi, who goes into an apartment known as the Corona House. No, this house doesn't give you the coronavirus, but it has a bunch of weird supernatural entities. The moral of this story is to never accept any apartments without searching them first. This is an anime that also jabs at the usual anime tropes, so consider this to be a bit of a parody as well. Welcome to N.H.K. There are antisocial people, and then there are people who think they're antisocial because of an organization that's forcing them to be antisocial.
バカみたい。ちょっと歩かないでほしいわ。マジキモ。全だよ。
Yep, this guy thinks the reason he's a hikikomori is that there is an organization called N.H.K forcing everyone in the society to be a hikikomori. Yes, this guy's nuts, but who's there to save him? Along comes the popular girl Misaki, who forces him to come out of his room to prove there's no evil organization. Now, before anyone says it, I know Misaki is not our guy's next door girl, but she still lives in a mansion that has a clear view of our hikikomori's house. She is pretty much the whole reason why this guy starts to recover from his twisted worldview, so props to best girl Misaki. Yuuna and the Haunted Hot Springs.
あら、お目覚めですか？
ここ
Remember when I said the girl next door can be anyone? This time it's a ghost. Yeah, we're getting more creative with this girl next door trope. This anime is about one guy visiting a hot spring that is haunted by a ghost. Since this is the anime we're speaking about, the ghost is of course going to be a cute anime girl. But how can one live with a ghost? That's pretty much what this anime is about.
俺がお前の未練を晴らしてやるよ。ユーナ。俺がお前を幸せにしてやる。
Unlike other anime girls next door, Yuuna has her own issues. Normally, she can't be seen by most people, but our main character can see her, and this is one of those anime that has got a little something in it for everyone. You've got romance, adventure, mystery, comedy, fan service, and ghosts too. Kawaii complex guide to manners and hostile behavior. How lucky can anime characters be? This guy's crush lives in the same apartment as him.
例えばこんな彼女と
But he's not alone. Apart from the crush next door, we've got also the weirdos next door.
ガキにナンパされるほど困ってないから。
違いますよ。俺は単に注意しただけで、そんな気全く。
こんな童貞臭いやつにさえ見向きもされない私って。
この人。
We've got a masochist, a girl who has terrible luck with men, a predatory college student, and of course, among all of them is Ritsu, a senpai that he likes and admires. Unlike a lot of other girls we saw on this list, Ritsu isn't the type of girl who is louder than Asta and more jealous than a tsundere. He's that girl that sits in a library, reads a book, and minds her business. She even speaks less. That's pretty much the girl someone like this guy needs. Rek.
いや、声優の卵。
声優？アニメの？
This pretty much has the most confusing premise of all time. There's this one guy, he wants to go on a date, but the girl who is supposed to go with him on the date never appears. Instead of going home, he's accompanied by a different girl who is more cheerful and energetic. When they arrive home, they realize they live in the same apartment. You think it's over? Nope. At midnight, the guy wakes up to see the girl's apartment on fire. He invites her to his room. Things move way too fast. Then they realize they are related on a professional level. Things move way too fast again, and finally the two try to understand whether the relationship between them is romantic or platonic. This story is more than your average girl next door story, so don't go expecting the usual tropes. This is a bit of a serious show. Mother of Goddess Dormitory. We're finishing off with a bang!
やっぱり男の子無理
Mother of Goddess Dormitory features one teenage boy becoming the official dormitory mother while managing the various desires of 5 university girls. That's right, instead of one girl next door, we have 5 girls next door. What's interesting is how each female character isn't a generic harem girl, and instead have personalities, quirks, and flaws of their own. For example, the main girl, Atina, has a phobia for men and instantly bleeds when she touches a man. So how's she going to survive the apartment with our guy? Watch the anime and find out.